I came across this book a while back that describes boy psychology versus man psychology. And it talks about behaviors that you've been running on autopilot since you were a kid. As a matter of fact, most guys don't even realize they're doing it. Imagine a little kid, right? Banging on the table, screaming, expecting food to just show up. Not because he did anything to deserve it, just because he wants it. You're not a baby anymore. But you've probably caught yourself thinking something like, if I just keep grinding, they have to promote me eventually, right? Maybe you're going to your 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and watching movies at night, but expecting to have financial freedom. Or maybe you're bending over backwards in a relationship expecting her to change. There's actually a term for this. It's called covert contracts. Basically, these are deals that you made in your head that nobody else signed up for. You decided the terms. And sure, you put in the work, but when life doesn't deliver, you feel betrayed. But here's the thing, life never signed that contract. Neither did your boss or your girl. And there's one thought process that literally changed everything for me. I stopped thinking in outcomes or goals and started thinking in inputs. For example, instead of wishing to lose 20 pounds, you shift the focus to committing to work out 4 times a week. Big difference, right? Or if you want to grow a following on Instagram, you don't focus on the goal of having 100,000 followers. A question I like to ask myself is, who do I need to become to achieve this goal? So in this example, who do you need to become to have 100,000 followers? It shifts your mind to the skills that you need to learn to become the person that deserves to reach those goals. You probably need to learn better time management. You probably need to learn how to shoot videos, how to edit videos. These are the inputs, and that's what you need to focus on instead of thinking about the goals and the outcome. So stop waiting for the world to give you what you think you deserve and start building it yourself. Okay, so you know how you should look out for these patterns, these behaviors, but that's just the first step, right? The next one, I'm sure you're gonna relate to this. You wake up with good intentions. In your mind, today's the day that you're gonna finally finish that project. But first, you open your phone for updates. Before you know it, 30 minutes passed and you're deep in TikTok, Instagram, or texting friends because they just texted you or they texted you the night before and you're seeing it now. You don't even remember why you picked up your phone in the first place. Now you're running behind. You're like, all right, I'm starving. I gotta get breakfast. Then something else comes up and next thing you know, it's 6 p.m. and you promise yourself you're gonna do it tomorrow. But then at night, when you're lying in bed, what do you feel? You feel the guilt of another wasted day, and that's heavy. We've all felt it, and it's that feeling, that heavy feeling of letting yourself down. I can't lie, I've been there more times than I want to admit. This writer, Steven Pressfield, he spent years trying to figure out why people sabotage themselves like that. And he gave it a name. He calls it resistance. Resistance is this invisible enemy. It shows up every time you try growing past your current level. And what makes it so dangerous is that the more important something is to your growth, the harder resistance fights back. That business idea that you keep putting off, for example, that awkward conversation that you need to have with someone, but you've been dodging for weeks, the gym routine that somehow just never sticks, no matter how many times you try, that's all resistance. It's that voice that says, it's all right, I'll start tomorrow. Or it's the urge to watch YouTube right when you're about to do the work, or to get up and go get coffee right when you're about to do your deep work. It almost feels like you just need to run away from it. When I worked at Google, the idea of quitting to do full-time content was genuinely terrifying. I was making 6 figures, I had stock options, amazing benefits, it was comfortable, and man, most people, including my family, they were calling it a dream job. Every logical part of my brain was screaming, don't be stupid, don't give this up. This is too good. You're lucky you even made it to Google. And I felt that. But that was resistance. It didn't feel like resistance. It felt like actually good advice from my family. It felt like being a responsible adult. And that's exactly why it's a trap. Resistance doesn't show up looking like your enemy. It can also show up looking like the smart choice, right? Pressfield had this quote that really stuck with me, and I think it's gonna stick with you too. He says, most people have 2 lives, the life they live and the unlived life within them. Between the two stands resistance. But how do you actually beat it? 3 things that genuinely work for me. The first one is actually stupid simple. It's the 2-minute rule. When resistance hits and you don't want to start, just set a timer on your phone and then commit to 2 minutes. So when that timer goes off, you have to start working, you have to get off your phone. You'd be surprised how most of the time, that's all it takes. It's just a little reminder, right? It's just, you're promising yourself and there's a reminder that goes off. And once you get moving, that momentum kicks in and you forget that you didn't want to do it. Second, this is called eat the frog. First thing in the morning, you have the most energy early in the day. So don't waste that on emails and notifications because you're just being reactive to things. Be proactive. Get your biggest task done in the first 90 minutes before resistance fully wakes up and the excuses just start to kick in, right? Like, I'm tired, it's too late, I'll do it tomorrow. And third, and I know this sounds weird, but just say it out loud. When you feel that need to procrastinate, literally just say, that's resistance, out loud. Something about naming it just takes the power away. And now with AI, being productive is a lot easier. You can get more done in one day than you could in a week using the right AI tools. Personally, I use AI every single day to help me not just make better content for you, but faster content, more efficient. AI makes you so efficient, you don't even have to waste time trying on clothes anymore or taking outfit photos for IG if you don't want to. Higgsfield literally has a feature that lets you try on clothes virtually in seconds. Just upload your photo, choose a full outfit preset that they offer, or build the look piece by piece. You can just upload photos from a website and then see what you're gonna look like wearing those clothes. And that's not even all of it actually gets better. After you choose your outfit, then you can pick your pose and your background to generate a high quality image. I mean, look at this. It looks so real. Higgsfield is making AI video creation easy and accessible to everyone. That's why they're sponsoring today's video, and you can use the first link below to try it for free. So big thanks to Higgsfield for being a partner of the channel. All right, so I have a question for you. Do you ever feel like your real life hasn't started yet? I'll give you some examples. If you're saying things like, once I have more money saved up, then I'll start that business. Once things calm down a bit, then I'll work on my goals. Once I focus on myself, then I'll meet the right person. I used to think like that all the time, and I still do sometimes. This is an ongoing battle that we're all fighting every single day. I'm by no means sitting here saying that I'm perfect. You're basically treating your current life like a rough draft. But while you're sitting around waiting for that perfect life to start, years are going by. And these are real years that you will never get back. I think a lot of us have been that guy at some point. So how do you get out of this? Because this is a big deal. This is a terrible situation that I don't want you to be in. It's simple, but it's not easy. And the biggest thing that helps is setting a due date. I know it sounds simple, but it's not easy. A non-negotiable deadline to finish the work. If you don't set this date, you're gonna be working on this forever, because who knows when it's due. There's nothing holding you to it. There is no accountability. And the other thing, and this one takes guts, is tell someone what you're doing. Post about it for everyone to see even if you want to, because then backing out is gonna be more embarrassing. So you actually end up finding a way to do it, to move forward. And the last, you gotta let go of this idea that version 1 needs to be perfect, because it's supposed to be rough. It's not gonna be perfect. That's literally the point. If you go back to my earliest videos or my first IG posts, it's embarrassing now, but I know that at the time, that was the best I could do. You're gonna see the lighting is bad, the editing is bad, the way I talked was bad. None of it was like today, but I posted them anyway. And every upload got a little bit better. And I'm sure in 5 years, I'll look back at this video and be like, ooh, that was kind of bad. My brand Forte started looking like this. It wasn't the dream jar design, but I did the best I could at the time with the resources that I had, and then we improved it over time to this. Now, people who achieve their goals, they never start with something perfect. They just start. And look, I get it. Nobody wants to look stupid, but learning and improving, that's not stupid. That fear of looking bad, the fear of failure, you have to move past that. But honestly, that's not even actually what's holding most guys back. The real fear, the one that almost no one talks about, is fear of success. Let me explain. If you actually hit your goals, everything changes in your life, right? Your lifestyle, your habits, the way people see you, probably the people around you, maybe where you live. That's a lot. And then your subconscious starts going, wait, are my friends still gonna relate to me? Are people gonna expect way more from me now? What if I can't keep this up? What if I lose it all? What if everyone figures out that I just got lucky? What am I gonna do with all this money? These are all questions, right? Your brain runs all of that math, all those calculations in the background. And without your consent, it's gonna decide that staying where you are today feels safer than actually winning, because it does feel safer, doesn't it? The unknown can be really scary for most people. That's why people self-sabotage before big breakthroughs. For example, they'll start late on a project or ghost a girl that's getting a little bit too close, and you're scared that you might be catching feelings, for example. At first, you might think that it's just bad luck and timing, but it's your brain trying to protect you from a version of success that you're subconsciously just uncomfortable with. There's actually a way to avoid the self-sabotage. Try sitting down and finishing this sentence on paper. If I succeed, I'm scared that, and then fill that out. Write or say whatever comes out, no filter. And truthfully, you're probably gonna come up with some fears that you didn't even realize you had, or fears that are probably gonna be smaller than they feel once you write them down. And that's the thing about fears. In your head, they can be massive and very very heavy on paper, you can actually look at them with realistic perspective, and they're just things that you can get through, you can get over. But there's one thing that you do have to accept, and this one's uncomfortable. This is something that I've felt firsthand. If you do this right, if you work on yourself and you become successful and you move forward, you're probably gonna lose some friendships. That's just what happens. If people around you need you to stay small for them to feel comfortable, they're not for you. The right people either grow with you or they cheer for you as you level up. But some people start talking about you behind your back, saying how you've changed, you think you're better than everyone else. Trust me, I've heard it all. And all of that just because you decided to improve your life. It's kind of a crazy thing, but it will happen. Now, out of all the information in this video, this next one I think is the most important. How do you actually get shit done? What's the one thing that's gonna push you forward every single day? I think it's boring work. Motivation is always gonna fade. Some days you have it, some days you don't. It's supposed to, right? It's not designed to last forever. Guys who actually build things, they're not more motivated than you, they just have better systems, so they don't need more motivation every single day. Let me tell you what actually works for me. So the biggest one, I set hard rules for myself that I do not negotiate on. These are non-negotiables. For example, I don't skip 2 days of working out in a row, no matter how I feel, where I am, no matter how busy I am. This is a non-negotiable for me. It's actually easy because it keeps me in shape no matter what. I'm not gonna skip 2 days, because then that turns into 3 and 4. Trying to keep everything in moderation is honestly terrible advice. You have to make decisions every single day. With moderation, you get to ask yourself, should I go to the gym today? How am I feeling? Should I skip the gym today? I don't know, my knee kind of hurts. I don't really want to do chest. With my system, I already have the answer. Did I go yesterday? No, I have to go today. These hard rules take the decision away completely. Your brain stops fighting because there's nothing to fight about. The decision is already made. They just need to be non-negotiables. And honestly, this changed my life and it will change yours. If you watch this far, it's proof that you're already in the minority of guys who will actually take action with everything I talked about in this video. I have a major announcement for you in the next video, so make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you then.